What's up, YouTube, and welcome to my first installment of Views, Thoughts, and Reviews by Oren the Wrestling Guy. In this segment, I'm basically going to be talking about things from the world of professional wrestling, and today I'm going to be talking about 5 things that really bug me in the world of professional wrestling. Topic number 1, the United Kingdom Championship match at TakeOver New York. This is it. It's Walter versus Pete Dunne, the biggest match in European and United Kingdom history, and it's on an American television show? Why have it on an American pay-per-view? Why not build it up even more, have another NXT UK takeover, and have the match over there? Don't the local fans deserve to see this matchup? And yeah, I know people can say that it's on a WrestleMania weekend and it'll have audiences from all over the world, but still, it feels like it's not supposed to be there. I mean, no offense to Pete Dunne and Walter, they have earned this opportunity and this magnitude, but this match should have been on an NXT UK pay-per-view instead of an American NXT pay-per-view. Just what I'm saying. I'm thinking about if you want to build up NXT UK as a dominant brand for the United Kingdom people and all of Europe, then you should have this match, the biggest match on NXT UK history, over there. I mean, it doesn't get any bigger than this. You got Pete Dunne, who's been champion for like over 600 days, and you got the monstrous Walter that basically ran over anybody who tried to stop him. It doesn't get any bigger than this. I don't see it getting any bigger than this. And have it on an American pay-per-view instead of a United Kingdom pay-per-view? I think it's a miss. Topic number 2, the NXT Tag Team Championship match at NXT TakeOver New York. So we got the current champions War Machine, and they'll be defending against the winners of the Dusty Tag Team Classic, Aleister Black and Ricochet. I mean, out of all those tag teams, Aleister Black and Ricochet won that tournament. They're not even a tag team. They're just 2 guys that got put together. And you know why they put together? You know why they became a tag team in the first place? To face the Undisputed Era. Remember how it all started? Like the Undisputed Era attacked Aleister and then Ricochet, and then they attacked both of them and they teamed up to face him, and that thing never happened. And now the only reason they're still a tag team is because Ciampa got injured. He was on the main roster with Gargano, and they were supposed to get pushed with the Revival, and then they just put Aleister and Ricochet instead. So we never got the payoff of the Undisputed Era and the Aleister Black Ricochet fight and rivalry. So they just got put in the tag team tournament for no reason. This match doesn't make any sense, and now that they're on the main roster, we already know who's going to win. At least if I didn't know that Aleister Black and Ricochet would have their final NXT pay-per-view match, I would accept the match as it is. But now, it just doesn't make any sense. Why not give the match to the Forgotten Sons? You already had them in the finals. You already built them up as a good tag team. They were probably the only tag team that made sense to win the entire tournament. You pushed them. You had them win against Crime Time 2.0, the Street Profits. And who else you had in the tournament? You had Mustache Mountains, which is an NXT UK brand specified tag team. You had Eichner and Barthel, also an NXT UK tag team. You had Lorcan and Birch, who already got their chance against the Undisputed Era, so it wasn't their time right now. And you had the Street Profits. I call them Crime Time 2.0, but that's because their gimmick is basically the same. But they weren't going to win this tournament. And you had DIY, but that tournament was built up to continue their rivalry. So the question is, if Tommaso wasn't injured and those 2 weren't in the tournament in the first place, who would have been in this tournament to win it? Bottom line is this. I'm not saying it's not going to be a good matchup. Those 4 are going to tear the house down. But if you're giving me a wrestling show that has storylines and some kind of logical explanation to those storylines, I'll accept it. There is no logical storyline that I can accept that tells me this match makes sense. This match doesn't make any sense. So even though this matchup is going to be good, it would have been even better if it had a good story behind it and not just the fact that, hey, look, these four guys are going to have a match. If I wanted a match without a storyline, I would have watched a regular independent show. Because I'm watching WWE programming, you're offering me matches with storytelling and reason to that storytelling. This match has no reason. That's my point. Topic number 3 and a question. If Sasha Banks' favorite wrestler is Eddie Guerrero and Bayley's favorite wrestler is Randy Macho Man Savage, how come they're both dressed like Bob Sparkplug Holly? Anyone? Explanation? No? Topic number 4. Is it WrestleMania weekend or is it wrestling weekend? So I read this online. I'm not sure if it's true. I'm not sure that it's accurate. Please don't think I'm trying to hurt anyone intentionally. I'm totally not bad-mouthing anyone. I'm just speaking my mind and that's it. So apparently Jay Lethal was in an interview with CBS on some kind of podcast, and he basically said that WrestleMania weekend, that term should be changed to wrestling weekend because there are other activities in the whole WrestleMania weekend that involve other companies running shows, and it becomes a whole experience of all wrestling all around, and it's not just one single company's accomplishment that establishes that. In my opinion, it's not correct. It is WrestleMania weekend, and this is only my opinion as to why. Because if it weren't for WrestleMania running that big show in specific venue, then the other companies would not have shown up and trying to run their own shows and gain on the mass popularity of this entire weekend's activities. And it's not a bad thing. If one company does good business, everybody should do good business. And this is a good business decision by anyone trying to run the card during WrestleMania weekend. It's not a bad thing. It's actually a very smart thing. But to say that it's not because of the major company that runs that big show on that same weekend, I think that's not really the right thing to say. And again, everyone is entitled to their own opinion. I'm not saying anything bad or anything. But if you want to do a wrestling weekend as he suggested, take an example out of AEW's book. I mean, they're doing StarCraft and they're doing the AEW show themselves. And I know it's not really connected because, Conrad is not really employed, I think, with AEW. But he just does his own thing, and then he just put those 2 days together. So they ran like a mini WrestleMania weekend. So why not just a couple of companies, either domestic or international, just do a major weekend on any other dates and then call it a wrestling weekend? Taking advantage, per se, I'm not really saying that, but taking advantage of a major company's own festivities and own activities to run their own shows is a legitimate good business decision. But again, they did earn the moniker WrestleMania weekend because they're bringing the whole crowds, and then the other companies just also include themselves in the same activities. Just my opinion. Topic number 5, Charlotte Flair and the SmackDown Women's Championship. You have got to be kidding me. When I thought they could not make this storyline even more complicated, they pull off this stunt. I mean, why? You already built the match, you had the match set in stone, and you had it for the Raw Women's Championship. Why make Charlotte the SmackDown Women's Championship and add this to the equation as well? And now I'm hearing talks online from Meltzer and other guys are saying that it's going to be a... Here's how it goes. Okay, listen up. This is how it goes. It's supposed to go, at least. If Ronda pins Charlotte, she becomes a double champion. Okay? If Charlotte pins Ronda, she becomes a double champion. Okay? If Becky pins either one, she wins her championship, meaning if she pins Ronda, she becomes the Raw Women's Champion. If she pins Charlotte, she becomes the SmackDown Women's Championship, and the other champion retains. And if Ronda pins Becky, then she retains, but she doesn't get Charlotte's title, and if Charlotte's that, then go like a... What am I saying? Why did it have to come to this? What happened to the championship match for Asuka and her challenger that was supposed to be a fatal throwaway on SmackDown? And I have no idea we're supposed to win, but what have you done to Asuka? She doesn't deserve this. Why? Unless there is a unification of the titles, which will not happen, by the way. There is no reason for Charlotte to be the SmackDown Women's Championship. Apparently, from reports online and gossip and stuff, the reason Charlotte is the champion is because Vince McMahon wanted to make this match more prestige, and he didn't want to have a SmackDown Women's Championship match at WrestleMania because it's already populated with like 52 matches, and the event is going to be like 106 hours long. This match did not need this twist. Charlotte did not need to beat Asuka. Asuka's title reign was a complete joke. This is frustrating. God, I hate this match so much. Just do the match, finish it, and I never want to hear the storyline again. Seriously, it's amazing how they went from a match that was supposed to be by the book and simple, like winner of the Royal Rumble match meets the Raw Women's Champion, and they turned it into this triple threat from hell with a storyline that could only be conceived by the most demonic demons in hell's fire and brimstone. Enough is enough. Just do a plain and simple match for one title. You got another week of WWE programming, either Raw or SmackDown. Let Asuka win the belt back. Keep it with one title. Don't make this any more complicated. And keep it simple. Simple! And those were my 5 topics for news, thoughts, and reviews. Hope you like this new segment. I would love to hear what your opinions about the topics. Do you agree with the things I said? Do you disagree with the things I said? I would love to hear it. Please let me know in the comments. Hit a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.